Hello, I'm Ann Houligard. Welcome to the Guide to the Internet.
And I'm Frank Kilpatrick. Congratulations on your decision to join us in discovering all the Internet has to offer and how to get online right away.
Well, Frank, we've been telling people about the Internet for a while now. It's all moving so fast. It seems like only yesterday we were getting underway.
You know, you're right, Ann. The Internet is changing every day with usage that's doubled in just the past 9 months. Everyone's going online. You see email and web page addresses all over the place.
So, tell our viewers what they'll be seeing.
Well, in this program, we'll be covering what you find on the Internet, surfing the World Wide Web the easy way, using newsgroups to share information with people all over the world, email, including some new high-tech alternatives.
Email. Now, that's something everyone needs to know about.
Plus, how to download free software, video conferencing. We'll even tell you how to phone domestic and international long-distance locations for the price of a local phone call.
Wow, think of the money we'll save.
And we'll show you some important websites for the whole family and how you can really use them.
I can't wait.
Well, you'll have to wait for just a few minutes as we look at some of the basics and then cover all these great updates.
Well, Frank, here we are, looking at tomorrow.
Not really, Ann. The Internet is here today with usage that's doubled in just the past 9 months. Everyone's going online. You see email and web page addresses all over the place.
The Internet worldwide computer network is taking millions of people to places that could only be dreamed of a few years ago. Imagine chatting with a friend online in any city over an Internet phone link, using the World Wide Web to browse through the archives of the Louvre in Paris.
Or listening to a live World Cup soccer broadcast from overseas, or browsing the shelves of a university library without leaving your home. On the net, you can access resources around the corner or in the most remote regions of the world.
Now, before we get started, here's a note for our viewers. You may wish to pause the tape when you hear something especially interesting, or you need to write something down.
Okay, Ann, let's start with a little history about the Internet. Actually, it was started by the U.S. Defense Department back in the 1960s. Your tax dollars at work. For years, the only users of the Internet were government agencies and universities, folks like that. The net was intentionally designed as a non-centralized system, which is what gives it its unique operating approach, even today. More recently, the Internet has been privatized, with the government no longer involved. And that's where the excitement has begun for all of us.
So, if no one owns the Internet, who runs it?
Well, a lot of people, really. You might say it's the ultimate democratic system. It's supported by thousands of computers and millions of users all over the world. Now, without getting too technical, the Internet operates through a series of what are called protocols, or languages, that computers use to talk with each other. The protocol used is called TCP/IP, with Unix as the programming language.
Thank goodness you don't need to know all this to get on the Internet. It's all been done for you through a series of user-friendly programs. Okay, now I know the history of the Internet and of that TP stuff. But what I want to know about is the present. Email, web pages, and what do I need to do to access the net?
Whoa, one at a time. Let's start with the basics. To access the Internet, you'll need a computer.
Now, that doesn't mean I need to own one, does it?
No, of course not. You can jump onto the net from a variety of locations, libraries, universities, or a computer at work. But the computer, it needs to have 4 megs of memory as an absolute minimum. 16 megs are preferred. And you need a modem to transfer data from the information provider. It's really useful to have a 28.8 baud modem, particularly if you'll be transferring graphic files. Otherwise, you'll find yourself doing that old hurry up and wait game. And you'll need an Internet service provider.
An Internet service provider. What's that?
Well, now that's the company that connects you to the Internet. They have special super high-speed lines that connect you directly to the overall network.
Now, I understand there are several ways to connect to the Internet.
That's right. There are these online service companies like CompuServe and some others that provide both Internet access as well as their own services. And there are also direct Internet service providers, ISPs. And if you're part of a large company or a government agency, there are even what are called T1 or T3 lines that go direct to the Internet. But most of us won't be using those.
So for the person just starting out, like myself, which would you recommend?
Well, you can save a little money by going to a direct Internet connection, but you know, it's great to have a helpful technical assistance line and an easier menu of commands on screen. And that's what the companies like CompuServe provide.
So what's next? That is, I mean, after I've gone to my computer store and I told them that I wanted the basics to get up and running on the Internet.
Now you'll need to install the software and connect up the modem. Depending on the Internet vendor that you've selected, you'll have a different set of steps to get through to finally get installed. Today, they've made the installation process really quite automated, but it still takes some patience.
So why don't you give our viewers a few tips?
Good idea. First, be sure to set aside enough time for the installation process, and you might recruit a computer-savvy friend or relative to help. You'll then want to start with the obvious basics. Make sure your computer system itself is up to the task. If you've been having other problems, get those fixed first. For example, if you know you've been having disk errors, have your computer retailer take care of these problems first. Finally, be sure to get your software and modem from a service-oriented store. You know, Ann, you can save a couple of bucks by a mail order, but unless you're an expert, you may regret not having someone to help you with any problems.
Now what's first?
Back up your data so that if you do have any problems, you're safe.
And actually follow the instructions they give you, guys. Do it for me, okay?
Typically, you'll be led through a series of screens for the installation of both the modem as well as the software.
Okay, so I've got a computer to use, or I might even buy one. I've hooked up my modem to the phone jack. So what's next?
Well, now it's time to push the button to get online. And so now you'll set up your email and chat group software as well as what's called a browser to actually receive the material on the internet.
So that's a browser, huh? I thought of browsers when I went shopping. It looks expensive.
Not true. You'll receive a free browser with most of the software you get online. And you can also download lots of browsers for test drives at no charge. Netscape, Microsoft, and Spry all have outstanding ones to take a look at.
Now there you go with that techno speak again, Frank. What does download mean in English?
It's simple. It means to transfer a file of information from a main computer or a server to your computer.
Okay, let's review the concepts we've been working with, just so I've got them down. The server sends the file to my computer, which I then view in my browser, right?
Right.
Great. Okay, where are we going now?
Well, surf's up. With our scorching browser at the ready, we're going to surf the net.
Great. Where should we start?
Well, we could start with one of the best of the websites like these. CNET is one of the most popular sites on the web and always has the latest in computer happenings along with information on the CNET television show. I often start off there when I'm surfing. And Real Audio allows you to receive real-time sound files on the net.
Hey, Frank, what's new in the news?
The Internet's news lines can tell us. You can get up-to-the-minute information from the Los Angeles Times, CNN, the New York Times, and the Wall Street Journal, along with text-only versions from Reuters.
Text only? What's that?
Well, as you get more knowledgeable about the Internet, you'll find that one of the real concerns is the sometimes limited speed of receiving and transmitting your data. That's why I opt for the text version of some Internet pages. When I'm in a hurry, there's less in the way of eye candy, but more immediate facts when I need them.
Like when you were rushing to finish up my taxes on time. The net's up-to-date software reviews are most valuable.
Hey, movie freaks, you can search hundreds of movie reviews by title from this page.
And what about television on the net?
There are the NBC and other network links, and they have contests and a viewers club.
Ooh, I bet I can learn all about my favorite soap opera stars.
And important things too, Ann, and you can even download a free screensaver.
Yeah, now that sounds really important.
Being a certified sportsaholic, a few of my other favorites are here too.
Well, how about we go to a concert, Frank? We can buy tickets on the online.
And if you're interested in politics, you and your children can learn the history of the presidency and the White House, and write the president directly. There's even a special White House tour for kids. You can learn about the legislative process and how to contact your legislators. On a local level, you can get involved too. Log on to CityNet for information on government listings in your area. Or if you're interested in world affairs, you can find a link to the United Nations itself.
One thing to remember, though, is that the net addresses change frequently, so don't be surprised if they're different than the ones we've shown you.
Now, here's another important feature, and a place you'll find cool information. They're the web's search engines. They function in slightly different ways, but they all serve the purpose of helping you find what you need. And there are a whole lot of search engines around. They're free for use on the net. In fact, here's a great find. CNET's offering of a listing of over 250 different search engines. It appears we've got quite a few possibilities here.
Okay, Frank, you've given us a wonderful overview. Now let's go to work on a real net project.
Okay. Well, let's say your son needs help with his homework. Maybe a report on dinosaurs. Why are they always reporting on dinosaurs, Ann? Anyway, you first type in the search keywords, as they're called. Then you simply press the button, and whoosh! You've got somewhere between dozens and thousands of resources to choose from.
Wow, it's that fast. Amazing.
Or say that you're looking for products. Again, there are great lists to help you with over 600 reviews of company websites, like this one. Or maybe it's a review of computer CDs. Here's a giant selection to choose from, and it's constantly being updated. Or maybe if you're looking for reviews of new computers, here's one. And of course, there are dozens more on the net. Or here's a convenient way to buy software online. Or how about a new car, Ann? Here are some objective and up-to-the-minute reviews. Hungry and need recipe ideas? Search Epicurious. Or if you'd rather take me out to eat, let's try the Zagat restaurant search before we go. Or how are your stocks doing tonight? Check them at PC Quote. No stocks because you've got no job? Try searching America's Job Bank and other employment resources. How about continuing education from the world's largest extension program at UCLA? Need a package shipped in a hurry? FedEx is there to help with an online presence. Or a little online shopping, Ann? Do you have teenage gamers in the family? You'll be interested to know about these. Simply use the Yahoo search engine to find hundreds of games. And there are lots of other great resources for kids on the net, too.
And there's some great design here on the web, too, Frank. Check out these great sites, including Kodak's homepage, 24 Hours in Cyberspace, and the comings and goings of the roommates at the Spot. And what fun would life be without my MTV? It's a great-looking page, by the way.
Feeling inventive? Visit the Invention Store.
Now, if you're copying these addresses and other resources down at home to look up later, please note one thing. Be sure to take down all the punctuation and note whether the characters are big or small letters.
And don't forget to bookmark your favorites so you can easily refer to them again and again.
Now, where do all these resources come from, Frank?
Well, the internet community is still evolving, so a lot of contributions are just for the common benefit or for research and experimentation. They allow programmers and educators to try out new ways of disseminating information, to test out new learning theories. And a lot of folks in the internet are, in fact, academics or involved in government or nonprofit organizations. So they have a lot that they want to get before the public. And the search engine providers are working to get you to view their advertisements. Just look at Yahoo right here. You can find them at http://yahoo.com. They want to help too.
Yahoo to you too, Frank.
And of course, the corporate sponsors on the internet hope that as you become better acquainted with their companies via the free services offered, that you'll become a more loyal customer.
A little like PBS, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, but how about those email romances we hear about from time to time? Are those for real, Frank?
They sure are. We've heard reports of people from all walks of life, from all over the world, getting together on various online interest groups.
We should add a word or two about safety, though, Frank. You have to remember that the internet is not a regulated environment, so the quality and accuracy of various informational offerings can vary quite a bit. There may even be a concern if your children should access some of them. And some offers may be at least annoying or perhaps even fraudulent, like I've heard of some of the pyramid schemes.
That's right, because you don't meet the person face to face, you need to be cautious.
Okay, but now let's accentuate the positive. Remember that old song,
Yeah,
Frank?
sure.
Let's talk about the good stuff.
Well, here's something for free, almost. There's plenty of shareware out there, programs you can sample and then pay for if you end up using them. Check it out. Newsgroups are another major area of internet activity and a great way to meet people with similar interests. If you've got a hobby, sewing or crocheting, for example, or travel, every part of the world is there, or cultural subjects you're interested in learning about, newsgroups and real-time chat groups are easy to access.
And fun to participate in.
Now, we want all our viewers to be good netizens, don't we, Ann?
We sure do. So let's make sure that our viewers are aware of some netiquette.
You recall Emily's post, don't you, Ann? Don't slurp your soup, please, thank you, that kind of thing?
Are you kidding? I have 12 years of Catholic education.
Well, netiquette's a little like that, except it applies to our online manners, so we shouldn't spam anybody.
Spam. That's sending junk email to lots of people you don't know, right?
Hey, you're a quick learner.
Otherwise, you'll get flamed. That's when you get nasty email from others, sometimes anonymous users.
And one way to get flamed for sure is to ask a lot of newbie questions without first getting the facts.
Frank, you sound more and more like Joe Friday. Are you becoming a detective?
Well, all internet users need to be detectives to seek out the answers to their questions. And facts or listings of frequently asked questions are the right place to look for the information that you need. In fact, there are several specific fact news groups just for new users.
Check them out.
And since we're talking about the do's and don'ts, let's put in a word here for keeping the net safe for your children.
I'm especially concerned about that, Frank.
As well we all should be. There are now several software packages that help parents by restricting the internet news groups and websites that your children are exposed to. It's a little like the V chip that they're putting into the TVs. Now, nothing's perfect, so the very best way to avoid problems is to go online with your children yourself and monitor just what they're doing.
So, now we're in the home stretch. Oh, Frank, what is FTP?
FTP stands for File Transfer Protocol. It's a way to transfer a file, say a family photograph, or a business document, or a personal letter, from your computer to another, or vice versa.
And how does that work?
Well, it's pretty simple. You simply use what's called an FTP client. Again, you can download this free program from a lot of places, and then you can upload or download files easily, maybe even a voice recording or a home movie. To use your FTP program, you'll simply need the name of the remote computer to which you want to connect, a username, and a password. And although it sounds a little ominous, the password that will get you onto a lot of sites is anonymous. From there, you can upload or download files into the public or pub directories. But here's a hint. You'll find that many sites become overburdened during peak usage hours, so your transmissions may become agonizingly slow, or they may not go through at all. So plan ahead and allow for Murphy's Law. After all, we're dealing with computers here. Finally, you'll find that a lot of the files on FTP sites are compressed to save transfer time for everyone. So familiarize yourself with decompression software. For example, PK Unzip is a great shareware application.
You've been covering a lot of ground here, Frank. Perhaps we should recap.
You're right, Ann. Let's download an FTP client using a search engine. We just type in FTP client, and you'll find a lot of choices. Some are junk, and some are just what you're looking for.
Now, how about those people who want to make a business on the internet? What steps can they do to get underway?
Well, we want to encourage everyone to get underway with an online business. You get your online account as we've outlined above, and then inquire from your service provider about getting space for your own web page on their service or other recommendations. From there, you can oftentimes design your own home page. There are some great kits out there that make basic HTML design easy.
Wait, what was that again? HTML?
HTML, Hypertext Markup Language.
Oh, glad I asked.
Or for a more deluxe look with a new 3D Java animation that everyone's talking about, you may need to hire a professional web designer.
Let's guess where we'll find that designer.
That's right, Ann, by searching for web designers on the web. But let's interject a note of caution here, too. If you expect to be doing a lot of online transactions, you should inquire about getting a secure site to protect against possible electronic theft of credit card information, along with a personalized virtual host name.
You mean like ours?
That's right, Ann. But the bottom line is you can't sell anything on the net until someone visits your page and finds a unique product or service they wish to buy. So you'll need to really promote your page via online listing and print advertising and find really special items to offer to the public.
You mean like the folks did at Hot Hot Hot, where they sell unique sauces for spicy foods?
Or how about incredible Hawaiian coffee?
Or distinctive Viennese handicrafts. Okay, Frank, that was some surfing safari. Are you sure you're not one of the Beach Boys? But wait, let's say that I want to stay in touch with email.
You know, email is still the #1 use of the internet. Now that you're an internet pro, I suppose you know all about it, including how you can download an email client from an FTP site or set up the email program provided with your online software.
I sure do.
Oh, and here are a couple of great features on email from CNET, including the correct etiquette for sending email.
Now I'd like to undertake my own home page. Is that difficult?
You can get some great information from this site.
Wow, that's some exciting stuff. And now I understand you have some new updates for us.
I sure do.
Oh, but first, Frank, could you tell our viewers how they can download software and games? We've gotten a lot of letters asking how to do just that.
Sure, Ann, it's easy. You simply highlight the link for the information you want, then you click it, and you save the information on your disk to install or use it later. Or in lots of cases, you can do it right away with the browser's built-in helper applications.
Let's say you want to download a music file from the MTV page.
That's real easy. You just click on it, and it plays right away. Or you might want to do the same type of thing using the Real Audio software. It lets your computer operate like a radio so you can get music or news in real time.
That's great. But can I listen to it in my car?
Well, almost. Let's take a look at another great software program that allows you to complete long-distance phone calls anywhere in the world for the price of a local call. One of the most popular is called VocalTech. You can find it at www, that stands for the World Wide Web, .vocaltech.com. And there are similar products like Microsoft's NetMeeting. You'll find it at www.microsoft.com/netmeeting. It's the great new way to share information with people all over the world. And all you need to operate it is a basic sound card, but a duplex card is better since it gives both parties the ability to speak at once, just like a real phone. But the best part is you can download free demos of these products, and some come bundled free with web browsers. There's even an online directory information service. My favorite is 411. You can look up the email addresses of your friends, businesses, phone numbers, even celebrities.
Sounds like fun. Now, what's this?
Well, this is just great. It's what we've heard about for all these years. It's low-cost video conferencing from the internet. You can have business conferences without traveling to a meeting, stay in touch with family members, even make new friends around the world.
Now, you say this is low cost. I heard video conferencing could cost over $10,000 or more.
That's the best part. You can get this whole system with the Connectix camera and their video phone software for only about $250. Or you can try the popular See You, See Me software. You can download a demo for free.
I can see myself now. I have my 15 minutes of fame online.
Geez, Ann, you deserve at least 30.
What's next, my techno tutor?
Well, there's a whole new home banking service offered by Chase Manhattan Bank. You can get account information, pay bills, even apply for a loan anytime in the comfort of your own home.
That's what I like, easy money.
Well, it certainly makes handling your money easier, and most major banks are offering similar services. That's the trend, you know. The internet has moved from information to interaction.
Information to interaction. I have to write that one down.
And there are many more pages you can use as a whole family, like this one, Amazon.com. It's the world's biggest bookstore. You'll find every type of book there, and they'll ship it directly to your door.
I could spend hours there.
Or how about web pages that help new moms and dads learn how to be better parents? And I'd be remiss if I didn't point out another of the big updates that's occurred recently on the internet. It's the emergence of Microsoft Network's Explorer as a significant competitor to the Network Navigator. They call it the battle of the browsers. They've both got their advantages and those who prefer them. And you can use either of them to design your own web pages or one for your company. You can download the new Microsoft Explorer at www.microsoft.com/ie/ie.htm. In fact, that's the browser we're using right now. And we could go on and on and on about the excitement of the internet.
I'm sure you could, Frank, but we're out of time. Anyway, I've sure learned a lot today, and we hope you have too.
Surf's up. See you on the net. Now, here are some terms that will be useful to you as you access the internet. Bookmark, a record of your favorite web locations that you store in your browser so they can be readily found. Browser, the application you use to view web pages. Discussion groups, locations on the net where discussions are held. These include mailing lists, chat groups, and Usenet groups. Download, to transfer a file from a remote location to your computer. Email address, an internet address that consists of a username followed by an @ and then a domain name. Emoticons, smiley faces used to indicate emotions. Try looking at them sideways. Facts, frequently asked questions. Flame, an insulting email. Home page, the main page of a website or a personal web page. HTML, hypertext markup language, used to design web pages. IRC, Internet Relay Chat, a program that allows you to chat with people over the internet. Log in to start your internet session. Mailing list, an application that supplies common interest information to people who have subscribed to receive it. Modem, modulator demodulator, a device that connects your computer through a phone jack. Newsgroup, a Usenet discussion group. POP, point of presence, a local phone number to access your service provider. Search engine, a program to search for information on the net. Shareware, software available for a free trial that you pay for if you decide to keep it. Spam, to post inappropriately large amounts of material to the Usenet. Subscribe to join a mailing list. Surf, to have fun while browsing the net.